very, very weird at the minute for us, and we haven't streamed at this part. We usually stream by the laser cutter, which is like a little bit different from an audio perspective. You can see we've got the Vesta board as well up in the top corner here as well, so you'll see the Vesta board. It should show follows. It might not show subs. It's still a bit broken. I will fix it eventually. Unusual checking out the build command. I've actually fixed that since you posted that. That is fixed. Axie says, hope you two have been well, Mel and Jay. Appreciate all you do. I'm good, Mel. How are you?
I'm alright, thank you.
Mel's a bit further away. We're only using one mic, so she has to shout a little bit or come a bit closer.
We're not sure whether it picks me up from here or not, so if I'm shouting at you, please let us know.
Yeah, it just about picks Mel up. Who else have we got here? We've got Golden Ratio. He says, good morning. Epic Fine Bulbs is here as well. Wayward Fox, Blood and Steel, Sid with Bliss. Hey man, good to see you. Wilson's here as well. We can hear her fine, all good, excellent. Yeah, it's been a busy week this week, so we've been doing QC of J-01s pretty much all week long. Mel's been here all week. This is the first week she's done full time, so it's been really busy. We've basically not stopped looking at J-01s all week, which is kind of good and kind of bad. It gets a little bit boring, I will be honest, but yeah, we're pretty much about 50% of the way through QC, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. If you guys have got any questions at any point, let us know. We won't be near the screen at all times because we will be showing you QC and how the process works. We'll come and show stuff to the camera. So it will be a bit of a working stream. We are actually going to be working this morning, but we'll try and keep updated with chat. Mel's got a screen over here with chat as well, so she can see and she can come and tap me when we've got questions and stuff, but please ask away. Towards the end of the stream, we'll talk about what it means for the group buy, what the next steps are, when shipping is likely to happen, some of the challenges we're facing, and bits and pieces as well. Yeah, I've seen a lot of J-01s recently, a lot of J-01s, so.
Hi Emma.
Oh, there we go, the Vesta board's updating. You guys can probably hear the tick going in the background as well, because it does tick as it goes round. Shadota, thank you very much for the follow. Is Crevice a nickname for you, Mel?
It is indeed, yes, that's why I shouted hi Emma back. Yes, that's my best friend.
Oh, well, welcome to the stream, Emma. Thank you very much for being here. Prototypist branded hard cases when? Mel, do you want to?
Well,
we've got some empties, I think, right? Thank you. So yeah, we do have Prototypist branded hard cases. I'm not sure how well this will show up on the camera, but these are Prototypist branded. Come on, camera focus. There you go. Our little PT logo in PT green just here. These are what we're using for the J-01s as well. So these are hard carry cases. We will have some extras of these just available as well, designed to fit keyboards inside. The lighting's not great in here because we've got stream lights set up and stuff, but yeah, there you go. Wayward Fox, thank you so much for the subscription, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Emma with the Mel support. Yeah, got to support your friends, right? They will be for sale at some point soon, Keyboard. Yes, they will be for sale at some point soon. We are waiting an additional shipment of the hard carry cases that's not related to the J-01s, but yeah, we will be doing that as well. It was about time, dude. Oh, thank you. Will you have a large enough case to store a Virgo? No. So the issue with the Virgo, which I'm actually using right now, so this is the Virgo keyboard here, because it's like an ergo style board, it won't fit in any of the cases that I've got that have been made. I don't think it'll even fit in really the big TX case bags either. So I'm not sure if there's a solution out there for them yet. I'll have a chat with Flex and see if we can arrange something. Super excited to use them, look very nice. Yeah, they're really good, they're really good. We have quite a few extras of the cases from the J-01's order, but we will have some separate ones in stock later on as well. In this angle, you look super tall. No, I'm not tall. I'm 5'6", Mel's 5'7", she's slightly taller than me. Yeah.
I'm not.
Please add cheaper shipping for other non-EU folks. The shipping is what it is. DHL, the shipping you see on the site is what DHL charges me. I can't change that. I don't influence it. I don't get any extra shipping costs or anything else. One of the things that DHL have done is for anyone in the EU, they've added a £4.50, £4 surcharge because Brexit. So that gets added on as well. So it would be a little bit cheaper. There's nothing I can do at the minute until DHL decide that they don't need to charge that. This angle playing tricks on us. Yeah, I'm not that tall at all. I'm quite short, to be quite honest. You normally on this time of day? No, we're just doing a workshop stream because we're going to do some QC of some J-01s today. That's it. Hako Patat says, "Oi, Melly."
I wonder who that
National Post is an option. So Royal Mail is an option up to a certain size weight. As long as it's I think it's 1.2 kilograms, we can ship via Royal Mail overseas. So you can order switches and ship by Royal Mail to anywhere in the world. That will be cheaper than DHL, but it takes a lot longer. So DHL will take about 48 hours anywhere in the world. Royal Mail will take up to 28 days to get to you. And once it leaves the UK, there's no tracking until it arrives to you. That's the problem with it. We have looked at DPD and FedEx and a few others, and FedEx is more expensive than DHL. DPD is cheaper, but again, it takes twice as long to get anywhere, and they also lost about 20% of packages when I used them last, so not looking at DPD at the moment. Anything above the 1.2 kilogram or whatever the cutoff is for Royal Mail has to go by Parcel Force, which is about 6 times the price of DHL. So yeah, we'll look into it, Sid. I'll try and find some cheaper options. But to be honest, with DHL, a keyboard, a J-01 shipping to the US is about £25, which is about $32, which isn't that bad, to be honest. It's not bad at all.
the speed anyway.
Parcel Force prices are steep. Yeah, Parcel Force is really expensive. Any updates on Lodestone? It's still in production. We've got prototypes, working prototypes. Mel actually packaged one of them away and stored it in my keyboard collection a couple of days ago. So yeah. You get any updates on if Icky Aurora is close to you? So it's on a ship on the way to the UK. I don't know where the ship is. I don't have tracking for the ship. The last estimate I had was it was supposed to arrive here in the UK on the 9th of September. And then we need to have all the J-01s gone by then, but we'll talk about that towards the end.
All this space we need to find.
Yeah, we need to find a lot of space. Mel was doing some math with a friend yesterday about how much floor space we need for the J-01s, and we don't have enough. Sorry, for the Iki Aurora stuff, and we don't have enough. So we're going to work that out. What are you drinking? So I'm drinking a mix of coffee and iron brew, because I'm super duper healthy.
Someone said they want an iron brew now because of you.
Oh, someone's an iron brew. And what,
Yeah.
Mel, think you've just got water, right?
Always just water.
Mel's just drinking, not always just water. You had a coffee earlier, don't lie.
One morning.
Mel had a morning coffee and she's drinking water now. Do you still have the purple J-02s? Yeah, there is some EVA J-02s that are going to be sold in stock as extras in the upcoming weeks. We haven't decided how they're going to be sold yet, but there will be some extras of those, yeah. DHL's a bit pricey but reliable. Yeah, they're super reliable. In over 10,000 packages, I've had 3 issues with them. 1 package got lost and 2 packages got damaged in transit, and DHL sorted them all out immediately. Yeah, the failure rate is super, super low with DHL. Water the best. Water is gamer juice. Mel too healthy for us. There we go. Got to start using that vertical space. Yes, we are going to be using some of the vertical space. There's some space up on top of the office that we aren't using right now, but a lot of stuff that's arrived in the past couple of months, like desk mats for group buys that aren't going to ship for a while. So I have the desk mats for GMK Striker in. If you ordered GMK Striker and you ordered just the desk mat on its own, you'll have that already. If you ordered it with the key set, well, I have it, but it's going to go up in storage until we get the key set in. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. It's probably about time to start showing you guys the process. Could you not add a second layer to the workshop area? Yeah, we could. Long-term plan is to add a mezzanine from this pillar here, going right the way across the workshop. So it will be 7 meters deep by 20 meters wide. And we'll have a full mezzanine, and all of the storage will basically go up there. And then we'll use downstairs for QC packaging and machinery. Yeah, so what you can't see is that there's another pillar just here. There's 7 meters there, and then there's another 7 meters to the back, and then there's also a blue truck in front of me. So what you can't see is that you probably see sideways an angle normally looking at this wall, but from further that way when we stream for laser cutting streams. So there is another full 7 meters from me to the front door. We're about halfway through it. This is a big space. Like, this is a big, big space. When it's empty and there's no shelving in here, it's a big space, 2,200 square feet. Mezzanine, yep. Ready for some QC, feeling like a rabid dog? Yeah, machinery you say? Yeah, we've got a new laser cutter coming. So we've already got a laser cutter here. We've got 3D printers as well that you can see running. We've got a new laser cutter coming early next month. I actually need to chase and check when that's going to arrive. 3 meters plus a Datsun. Yeah, so there is a Datsun truck just here. It's literally just behind the screen. So like 2 feet behind the screen that I'm looking at right now, that's where the truck is, behind the camera. And then there's another truck outside, and then there's a Tesla, and then there's Mel's Audi. So yeah, and then there's another car just off in the car park as well. You always call them a loft? Yeah, so a loft is usually like a full sealed floor that you have to access through a hatch. The mezzanine will be basically, it's another level in an open plan area as a mezzanine. So it's basically like a shelf sitting on the wall here at this height. This beam here that you can see, not actually at my head height, but where this beam that you can see that I'm pointing out on the screen here, that's where the floor would sit. Mel's trying to touch it there as well. They're actually higher than they look. Like Mel couldn't touch that from here. They're like 12 feet high, so yeah. It looks really close. The camera's distorting that. Same laser cutter as the current one, a different beast. Bigger and more powerful. So yeah, it's a lot bigger. It's over 1 meter wide and over 1 meter deep is what we've gone for. Has the license plate arrived yet for Geraldine? Not for Geraldine, no. So I keep moaning to Mel every day that it's not come because Geraldine is. Today might be the day, yeah. No. Geraldine's actually going to go and live at my house once the license comes through, but it's not arrived as yet. Updates for all group buys Quill Zoo are on the Notion pages. If you go to the Discord server and you type !updates, you'll be able to access the Notion pages for all group buys, and they're updated live as soon as I get new information.
As soon as we get information, it goes on the sheet that you can see.
Go on, say that again.
I say, as soon as we get the information, it goes straight up on that tracker. You can see everything that we can see.
Yep. So as soon as we get an update, we update Notion, and you see it live. So whatever the information on Notion is, that's the latest I have at any given time. Yeah, what keyboard are you dailying, Mel?
We don't tell keyboard enthusiasts what keyboard Mel actually dailies.
No, because you borrowed one off me.
Yes, I did borrow one. So technically, I have, unfortunately, a specific branded gamer keyboard. When I sold all of my collection a couple of years ago, but I have just borrowed the exclusive E6.5. So I'm currently dailying that when I'm not here. So I borrowed it, but I've not used it yet. So.
Can you drive a different car per day of the week?
Do not give him ideas, please.
I could. I have enough to do that, yeah. I could. Sefster saying, when does the hot tub stream begin? So Mel's brought a bikini, and what we're going to do is we're going to fill the back of one of the pickup trucks with hot water, and we'll use the air compressor to make some bubbles, and we'll stream from there. Hot truck stream, yeah. Hot truck stream.
That was my other half that asked that, ladies and gentlemen, so please don't be too alarmed that we've...
Oh, is that Connor?
Yes, that is my other half, so there is an explanation for
that. What's being 3D printed on the bottom right corner? We have 2 3D printers going right now. I'll show you the first one. This one is printing 3D stem holders, which Mel can probably demonstrate for us. She can grab some and show you that.
Oh, you've got 3D print cams too?
Yeah, we've got 3D print cams. And then we've also got some switch openers that are being 3D printed as well. Those are basically freebies. So if you buy switches from us, Mel packs those into the orders. And if you buy them, you get them for free. So these are the stem tweezers. Yeah, you see my face. If I have my face here, focus. There we go.
There we go. Been experimenting with different colour combinations because Jay got bored.
Yeah, I started swapping and changing the filament around in the printers mid-print just to get some different colours going. Keybook says that's goals. Maybe. I have too many because I need to sell some. It's like a thing. I definitely need to sell some.
That was recorded live on stream, ladies and gentlemen, that he actually said he would sell them. So just remember that.
Mel's going to try and force me to sell a load of keyboard stuff.
Force
and
nicely. It's not force if it's done nice.
So that's what we're printing at the bottom. Full says, what is Notion? So Notion is a bit of software that I use to keep track of all of the prototypist projects that's going on. If you've worked in projects, it's a little bit like Trello, but more advanced, but it's not as full-fledged as some of the other tools like Jira can be. It's kind of like a halfway house between those two series of tools. We use it to track all of our projects internally, and as such, we have live group buy trackers that show the status of every group buy, and it's updated pretty much every day.
What was I using before keyboard wise? A Corsair K65. Years ago when I first joined, I had, I think it was like a Leopold board that that's how I met Jay. I had that, and I bought some strangely mint keycaps that neither Jay or myself can remember what they are. And then I had a clue board at one point, something else that had RGB underglow, and it just sat on the top. I can't remember what that was. I had a Singer at one point, which then went to somebody else in the community, like a friend of ours. And I sold everything and left you all and just disappeared.
And now she's back working for you. So someone did ask if Mel's a friend or family. Mel's a friend. I can't find it now. She better keep her hands off your artisans. The artisans are actually, a lot of them are out on this table here. You can't see, hold on, let me point the other way. This table just here, there's a load of artisan trays just on there. You can't really see them on camera though. How did Mel get the gig at the workshop?
I'm a very, very trusted friend. Let's go with that.
There you go. She's a trusted friend. We do need Mel a mic, yes, Scouty. Unfortunately, she's having to come close to use my mic because we only have one. We only have one mic that works in the workshop at the minute. But yeah. She better keep her hands off your eyes. That's funny. Mel looks after all my stuff. She does. She looks after. She catalogues a lot of the stuff that comes in or opens it.
Like 5 times before I touch his keyboards. I'm pretty confident not a lot of other people do that.
Yeah. Full says we should talk. What do we need to talk about, man? Is this because you don't let me use Notion? You want me to use something else?
I think that's what that was related to.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, I use Trello, Notion, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Right. Okay. Time for us to start doing some QC. So you guys will see the process. But basically, what we do, and you can't see this very well because it's miles over here. But we have a stack of keyboards here on the side. Mel will pick one up, she'll check the customer order, see what the customer ordered, make sure we've got all of the bits. She'll add all of the extras. We have JST cables, which you really won't be able to see. I'll show these up front. You get a JST cable, which connects your daughterboard to your PCB. You also get a free prototypist branded keycap. These are GMK keycaps that we had made with the prototypist logo on. So there you go, so you get that. That is full double shot GMK. You get one of those for free. We've got plates as well. So depending on whether you ordered a carbon fiber plate or an FR4 plate, and then whether it was ISO or ANSI, you get one of those as well, as displayed by Mel.
So that's your FR4.
That's the FR4.
Logo.
Nice and shiny. And then we've got the carbon fiber. And then we've got PCBs and spare pen rails, depending on people ask them. How did I skip the GMK SKU? I didn't. I ordered them nearly 18 months ago, and I got them about 3 months ago. So it took about 12 to 15 months, somewhere in that sort of time frame, from me ordering the prototype branded keycaps to getting them. It took a long while for them to come in. The Vesta board's finally updating again. We've got the Vesta cam in the corner. Very pleased to hear you getting the cap. Very appreciated addition. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Another one.
Old school sensei. Thank you very much for the follow as well. There we go. Only GMK any of us will be seeing for most of this year? Nah, GMK shipping all the time. I'll actually have in stock next week. We'll have GMK Black Lotus and GMK Midnight Rainbow. Yeah, so we will have 2 GMK sets in stock next week at some point. No commitments on dates yet, but next week at some point. So we'll be doing that as well. Will you sell the GMK keycaps later? Not the prototypist ones, no. I'll just give them away every now and again for freebies. Can we take a look at a PCB perchance? Yeah, do we have an open PCB, Mel? She's gone to get the PCB to show you. Fluffy Keebs, hey man, thanks for being here. Mel's just gone to get a PCB, she'll be back in a second. Here she comes. This is the one we've been doing QC with, so like testing all of the VIA functions and compatibility and everything else. The right, it's all cabled up. So here is the PCB. This is the rear of the PCB. If it focuses, there we go. Fraser, thank you very much for the follow, man. Appreciate that. And then here's the front of the PCB. Slightly more holy bottom row than I would have intended for, but that was because people asked for split space to be supported, so we did that as well. And then you do get a daughter board as well, which is black to match. If it focuses, camera please, there we go. There we go. First time catching the bling on J, sparkle like a PCB. Love it. Wait, what bling? I don't have any bling.
You got your watch on?
You can't see my watch. I do have a watch, and I do have a wedding ring, but I don't have any other bling. I don't know what bling you mean. I don't have any bling at all.
Me. Maybe I need.
Maybe Mel's the bling. Yeah, Mel's the bling. Ears. Oh, yeah. So I do have 3 piercings, yeah. I have a small flesh tunnel at the bottom and then 2 piercings on my ear as well. Yeah, I've had those for 20 years now. Axie appreciates you grabbing the PCB.
You're welcome.
She said you're welcome. You probably didn't catch that. What are yours Mel's favourite switches? Pick a switch, Mel.
See, I think they probably think I'm more experienced within this hobby than I potentially am. My favourite switch that I've ever had was Tidal, who is a friend of ours and potentially some may know him in the community in the UK. His lubed gator on yellows that reminded are, which may to a lot of you sound odd, but they were beautiful. That boy knows what he's doing. But to be fair, weirdly, so I'm using your Matrix in the office when I'm in there.
Yes.
And they've got is it the KTT grapefruit?
Yep, KTT grapefruit, yeah.
They feel lovely. Really, really nice. So I quite like them at the moment.
There you go.
Quite like those.
For me, I give you a different answer every day of the week, so I can't tell you. Like depends on what day I'm doing, so yeah, it really, really changes a lot. Thank you guys, Toblerone and One Lap Down. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. MX Blue? No, not for me. Browns, maybe. Yeah, MX Browns are all right. I built my my Jane with MX Browns. I've got a TGR Jane, the V2 CE, and I built that with MX Browns. Mel's not convinced.
No.
Brown Alps, though. Brown Alps are really good.
I don't like tactile. I'm a linear girl.
Mel's a
I
linear
like
girl. Smooth and no bumps.
No bumps. Don't do that.
Jane with bounds, power move. Yeah, that's how I built it. How's the Falcon going, or did the landing gear kill it for the time being? So the Falcon I haven't even opened yet. It's kind of here under some boxes. I've had it about 2 weeks from Matrix, but I haven't actually opened it yet. It's still fully sealed up, so I haven't even looked at it yet. But I have got a Matrix Xmas coming as well, 2.0 add Xmas, that's on its way, and I've got another Matrix Vita coming as well. Oh, the Lego Falcon. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the keyboards. It's not changed at all since the first build stream. We've just been stacked out with the J-01, so I haven't had a chance to do another build stream, but we will do, I haven't built anything on it or changed anything on it since the end of the last stream. We'll do some more streams soon. This is a nice looking warehouse, thanks. It's actually bigger because it goes over that way, quite a way. You just can't see it at the minute. Okay, right, we've been talking for about 30 minutes now, so it's probably time for us to actually do some QC. And as we unwrap the boards, I'll walk you through the processes and show you guys what we're doing. Hey Eldorat, thanks for joining, man, thank you. Okay, so Mel is now going to pick up the first board. What Mel does is we have a bit of a production line. The board comes and starts up at the top. It will come down here, and then it will come from there over onto the blue table just here, which is where I'll complete the quality control. So what Mel will do is she'll check the customer's order. She'll pick up all of the extra bits that we talked you through a few minutes ago. She'll make sure it's got everything that it needs for that customer in the packet. Once that's done, she'll pass the board over to me. I'll unwrap it in the manufacturer wrapping. I'll QC it by checking over it, and I'll show you guys that process up close when Mel's packed this one. Then I'll wrap it up in some of our branded paper, and then we move on to the next one. Nice and simple. you mind checking your previous question? Sorry if I missed it. Any Argyle news? Argyle soon. We were just waiting on final quotes. We're just walking through final quotes at the minute. It won't be too far away. Will you be adding any more pre-orders anytime soon? Yes, we will be doing some more pre-orders at some point soon. We just haven't had a chance to do them as yet. There's quite a lot of GMK sets and other EPBT sets and other key sets that I want to do as pre-orders after the group buy is finished, the order's been placed with the manufacturer, the invoices have been paid. There's quite a few I want to do pre-orders for because I've been getting questions for them left, right and centre. I just haven't had the time to work that through. It will happen at some point soon. Eldorat says, weird question, but I know you love your 3D printing. How do you finish the prints when you're looking for a very clean print? I assume a lot of sanding steps. I actually get quite clean prints off the printer. I can show you one here. So this is straight off the printer. This has no post-processing whatsoever. This is just as it came off the printer. This is like a monitor holder. And this is the kind of level of quality that I get straight off the printer. This has got no post-processing whatsoever. 20% infill, relatively smooth. Even detailed parts like overhangs come out just fine. It's just spending time with the settings and getting the printer to come out just right. That's all it is. You guys still working by colour? Yes, we are. So Mel, what colours have we done?
We've done your bottom clunk specials, which were purple. We've done the white, so we've done the E-white. Red, all completed. Blue, completed. And we're currently now starting on black.
Cool. So we've done basically most of the colours. We've just got the black boards left to go. The black boards were about half of the orders in total, so this is the biggest section of its own, but we've done all of the other colours. We'll talk in a little bit about when shipping is going to happen. That's all of the orders we've got to pack today. So are these the ones? Well, are they the ones with logo or the ones without a logo? So we're going to do the black with a logo first, and then once we've got through all of those orders, we'll do black without a logo and just keep it nice across. Mel never mentioned purple. Mel never mentioned any purple. Did you mention purple, Mel?
No.
No?
No.
No. Is this PET-G? No, this is ABS. Which printer is that? Prusa 3, yeah, Mark 3. I've got two Mark 3s, yeah. I've also got one that, a Creality one that prints onto a conveyor belt, but I haven't built it yet. Have I seen Meowsaw's sanded and printed finished monitor 3D print thing? Yeah, so I printed it. It was one of these ones. It was identical to this. Apart from when I did hers, we did it in two colours because I ran out of filament halfway through. She did show me a picture that she'd sanded and painted it. I haven't bothered doing that with mine, but yeah, I've only seen pictures. I haven't seen it up close, guarantee. But it did look good. Are the orders on hold for address changes getting QC'd as well? Yes, so all orders will be QC'd by the, we think Tuesday. We think Tuesday all boards will be fully QC'd, whether they're on hold or not. But there will be some delays on shipping, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. God dang it, no longer feel special. You're always special, Phil. You're always special. Keyword, you are more than welcome to come and visit at any time. If any of the totally not purples fail QC, I don't mind hiding it from the world. There is no purples. Don't know what you're talking about. No purples. No. Mel agrees, no purples.
I am colourblind.
Mel is colourblind. There you go. You'll slide into my DMs. Okay, no worries. Yeah, we'll find something for you. Okay, so Mel's now packed this particular order with all the stuff. I can't show you the order for GDPR reasons and data protection reasons, but Mel's now packed the order. She's got all of the extras in the case, so all of the extra PCBs will be in the top. We've got the board here, which we're going to QC, and this one needs an extra pen rail. So the boards all come with a pen rail, but customers could choose to have an additional brass pen rail if they wanted. So this is one of the brass pen rails. And you see now why we're wearing gloves. This is one of the brass pen rails. It's got screw holes on the bottom. If the camera focuses. Come on, please. Camera, please. It doesn't like this. But anyway, this is a brass pen rail, as you can see. All nice. So we check that these are straight, make sure that they're not bent or damaged in any way, make sure that there's no nicks on them. Sometimes we'll find that they've got little bumps in them. So we just check that that's all good and that it's all even and there's no patina marks on there when we ship it. They may patina in the future because it's brass and that happens, but we make sure there's no patina marks when we're packaging them.
So is there any coating on them, on the brass pen?
On the brass, yes. So they are sandblasted and clear coated, but it's only a very light clear coating. So if you do want patina, you can quite easily clean it off. So hot soapy water and a sponge with a scour on it, and just a quick rub down will take the clear coating off. If you want it to patina, if you don't want it to patina, I would recommend that you touch it only with gloves and handle it very gently and don't rest anything against it as an actual pen rail. Cool. So once we've done that, we'll wrap the pen rail up. This is nice and simple. We're just going to wrap this up nice and neatly. And then this will go into the case last after we pack the board.
This was a customer that wanted a joke writing on the invoice.
You need to be near the mic, Mel.
Oh, what's it talking?
It's here.
Oh, we're on the transport. Oh, okay. So our customer wanted a joke writing on the invoice.
Should we see if chat can come up with any good
Yes,
keyboard
that's what I
jokes?
was hoping.
Right, okay, so the challenge for chat is to come up with a good, solid keyboard joke that we can write on this customer's case. Once we've wrapped the pen rail up, what we'll then do is we'll check the actual keyboard itself. So take the keyboard out of the packet. This is the manufacturer packaging, which we don't actually use to ship the keyboards in. So we unwrap the board, and here is a production logo version of the J-01 straight out of the packaging. First of all, what we'll do here is we'll check it to make sure there's no issues. There's some little bits of white paper that were left on it here, they're gone. We're checking for a number of different things at this point. So what we do is we check the whole board, make sure there's nothing wrong with the anodization on the outside of the case. There will be some hook marks and things on the inside of the case, so you might be able to just see them if I can angle this right. There's some little tiny hook marks, just it's not going to focus. There is some little tiny hook marks on the insides of the cases. That's completely normal and completely expected, just because of the way these are anodized and the way the design works. But yeah, we just try to make sure that there's no issues on the outside of the case. You'll see the odd fingerprint just because it's cold in here and hands are warm, but we make sure those are all cleaned off as well. We check all fillets, make sure everything's even, check all champers, make sure they're all good. Check all the sides of the case, make sure everything's nice and even there, make sure there's no chips, dents, bumps, make sure there's no differences in the anodization as well, make sure it's nice colour all the way across. Thank you very much for the host, Luke, appreciate that, man. Once we've done that on the black area of the case, we then check the outside of the silver area, which is the base. Again, you can see it's just steamy in here. Thank you very much for the follows, guys. I think I saw Karcher sub as well. Thank you so much for the 3 months of subs, man. What a nice time for a stream. Thank you, man. Then we'll check all the underside, make sure that the colour's all even. There's no issues with the anodization on the base. We'll check it to make sure, again, all the champers are correct. There's no dings or marks. We've had custom screws already put in these from the manufacturer. These are custom torque screws. So we selected these, sent them directly over to the manufacturer and had them fitted there rather than letting the manufacturer pick the screws. So we're confident in the quality of those as well. Do you clean the screw holes? We don't clean the screw holes here, no. The screw holes are cleaned by the manufacturer. The reason why we don't do them is time consuming. If we were to clean the screw holes, it would take us about 5 minutes longer per board because there's quite a lot of screws and there's 6 screws on the outside and there's 4 screws on the inside. To take those out, to put new screws in would take a long time. So when the keyboards are built, the manufacturer builds them with their hardware, and then when the manufacturer packs them for me, they change it over to the hardware that I send them. So the screw holes have had one set of screws in already. They've then been removed by the manufacturer and they've put my custom Torx screws in to replace them. Realistically, if we were going to do the QC of the screws here in the workshop, the price would have to increase significantly, purely because of the amount of time it would take to QC. QCing one group buy is already going to take around 9 working days from when we receive the boards to actually being ready to ship them. 9 working days for that number of boards is quite a lot of time, quite a lot of effort. It's just not something you're able to do for every single keyboard. If you're a manufacturer, it's much easier because you're having to put the boards together and everything else. If we weren't doing that at the manufacturer and we weren't paying the manufacturer to do it, we would be able to do it here at the workshop. We would need way more staff. What other questions have we got here? My keyboard is missing a key. There's no escape. That's a good joke. I like that. That's a good joke. Torx for the win. Yeah, we change all over to Torx. So the manufacturer puts them together with standard posi drive, and then we have sent over additional screws for all of them to change them over to Torx. So everything has Torx, including the daughterboard screws in here. They're also Torx. Parfait says, do the keycaps on your shop work for the Apex Pro TKL? I don't know that keyboard off the top of my head. It will entirely depend on the bottom row, whether the bottom row is standard or not, but most should do. Ask in the Discord if there's a particular board you wanted to fill in a particular keycap set, and I'm sure someone will help out there. Which KBD fans did QC like you? Well, we have to check everything. We check every single board. It's not like we just do a dip test and check 5. We check every single board. All of them get checked. Are you going to get more desk mats soon? I've got over 1,000 desk mats in the stock. There's plenty. There will be loads more going in stock next week. Yeah, we've got quite a few going in stock next week. Second joke from Luke. He says, I'm really obsessed with the F1 key on my keyboard. I'm trying to get help. That's for all the Office users. That's what that is, Microsoft Office users. Why do keyboards never sleep? Because they have 2 shifts.
Like dad jokes, but no.
Like dad jokes, but not, yeah. Switch loop stations? Yeah, more will be in stock. We're waiting for the new laser cutter to arrive, and then we're making more. We've actually got a load of material just on this table here. You can't quite see it, but there is loads of material just here, ready to make loop stations and other things with as soon as the new laser cutter arrives. How's Lodestone doing? Yeah, well, it's still in development. We have working prototypes. We just need to make a few changes. Purple? Maybe purple, yeah. A keyboard asked me out. Sadly, it wasn't my type.
How do you pick from these wonderful jokes?
I love pressing the F5 key. It's refreshing.
It's refreshing. I quite like it.
That's probably the best so far. That's the best so far. You're looking at the desk website and there aren't many desk mats to choose. There will be next week. We just haven't put them in stock yet.
My personal favourite is the Karen joke that's just come in.
Why did Karen press Control Shift Escape on the keyboard? Because she wanted to speak to the task manager. Is that the one we're going to go with?
That's leading.
That's leading. That's leading. That's the one that's leading so far. So JQ is in the lead with that one. I can't read that one out on stream, Keywalk. That one's a bit close to being rude. No. Right, okay. So now we've checked the board over. We're making sure that everything's okay. There's no chips, there's no marks. The anodization looks good. Everything's even. The colors are all nice. Everything's good to go. And we know that the keyboard is in good shape. There's no mill marks showing through. There's only maybe a few hook marks on the inside. There's no major scratches or changes. Make sure it's free of dirt and everything else. This is why we use gloves. Making sure it looks good. All milling's done correctly. All screws look good and have been changed over to the Torx ones, which means that everything's been cleaned and looked after from that perspective. And then we wrap it up and then we get ready to put it back in the case and package it up for the customer. So what we'll do is take a couple of sheets of our custom crepe paper. This is hard to separate with gloves on. And we wrap the keyboard up so it's nice and thick. Make sure it's all nice and protected and covered. And then we slide it back into the box and we put it into the box face down. And the reason we do this is so that none of the top parts of the case can get rubbed by anything else in the package. We add in the pen rail. We strap it down nice and tight. And that's one keyboard QC'd. On average, it takes us about 10 minutes per keyboard from starting at the top here and working its way down the production line and becoming ready to ship. We slide it back into a protective cover, and there's still, of course, the boxing up which we'll do later on.
JQ asked if the paper was branded, which it is.
It is. once we've done that, we put the case into the pile ready to ship. And there we go, that's the branded prototypist paper we have as well. So yes, it's about 10 minutes per board that we take to QC and check them over and everything else. It's really time consuming, and there's still the packaging side to go as well. So this is just the QC part. As well as this, we also have to package, fold up boxes, put them in boxes, protect the boxes, seal them up and label them. So there is another 5 minutes per box. When you think about it, it's 15 minutes per box. That's 4 boards per hour. If we work 10 hours a day, we're only getting 40 boards done per day. And there's close to 500 keyboards. It's a long time. It takes a lot of time and investment. The actual amount of profit that Prototypist makes on these boards afterwards is probably going to be close to like £2 or £3 per board. It's nuts small. It's really tiny profit. What's the paper called? It's crepe paper. So this comes from a company called No Issue. They're really good. Check them out. They do completely carbon neutral, branded tissue papers and packaging and things like that as well. I get a lot of stuff from them. We have a couple of different types of the crepe paper, white and black. It's really cheap, it's fully carbon offset, and it's really good quality. So yeah. Why did the Twitter user get mad at their keyboard? Because it wasn't made of PC. That's terrible, Tim. That's terrible. Matches the tape you use? Yeah, so we have custom branded tape as well that we use as well. Yeah. We always stream every Sunday night, or I do a keyboard build every night. Other streams are kind of random and ad hoc and happen just when we can do them. So I get it from a company called No Issue, Luke. It's No Issue, all one word. I'll type it in chat. Try and type with gloves on. There you go. That's where I get it from. No Issue. You can give me a hand if I pay you in switches. Mel has more than enough covered what we need to do. We actually found that with 3 people, because we had James who does a lot of our CAD design here on Monday, he was helping out. We actually find that it's a little bit slower with 3 people, purely from a logistics point of view, moving around in the workshop, we get in each other's way, it's difficult to do different things. It just takes a little bit more time. But yeah, we're working on the operating theory. It's about 15 minutes per keyboard with the 2 of us. So it does take quite a bit of time to get through keyboards and through the QC process. But we wanted to share that with you guys today. I went into a bar with a keyboard under my arm. The barman said, "Oi, we don't want your typing in here." Mel's giggling at that one. Mel did give a...
It was painful laughing.
That was painful laughing, she said. Painful laughing. Who's got the most proto points? 3.9k. Well, none of you ever use the proto points. You can use them to make us drink or stretch or whatever, but none of you ever use them, so we may turn them off. We may turn them off unless we see them get used more. Junkie Render, Hoist, Sid, Luca Mazzo, Sylvester, thank you very much for the follows, guys. Thank you.
Stretch from your butt.
Stretch.
Synchronous.
There we go. We can stretch. There we go. Posture check. We can't do a posture check. We're not sat down. We're stood up, so that's all right. I was meaning to ask you about the paper company you sourced for your business cards, that recycled paper. Want to look into it? Yeah, so if you drop me an email at j@prototypist.net, I'll be able to share the details with you. Boof, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Praise the sun. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next keyboard now. Mel's already packed all this customer's extras. She knows what the customer wants. Again, we can't share the customer stuff with you, unfortunately, just due to data protection rules and everything else. We have to make sure that we keep that all safe and secure, but we can share the keyboards with you. And say we take off the manufacturer's wrapping. And then it's time to QC the keyboard. Now normally I do it here because we've got good light. There's a couple of skylights just above, so I get good light here. I can see what I'm looking for. We can see if we have any issues with the finish, we can clean them up. We do have isopropyl wipes as well, just in case there's any dirt that we can clean them off with. Make sure there's no marks in the anodization. The black ones actually as well, the black ones aren't anodized. So the original plan was to anodize all of these black, but this is actually an E-coating. So it's the same as the, we did this as a free upgrade for everyone. So this is actually E-black, not anodized black, but the silver is anodized. There we go. So check the board over, make sure there's no issues. Make sure any dirt's cleaned off. Make sure there's no scratches, marks, dents, chips, bumps, machining marks, anything else that's there that shouldn't be. And then once we're confident that this piece of hardware is all good and passes the QC process, we then proceed to packing it. This is not the most entertaining part of the stream, I apologise guys. But we like to be open and share the processes we do here.
I had a question in regards to whether the gasket situation has been discussed yet. Which
No.
it hasn't.
So, let me pack this one guys up and I'll talk to you about the gaskets and the current position from that perspective. So as you can see, we've been streaming for best part of 45 minutes now. We've only actually QC'd 2 boards on stream. So you can see it is quite a time consuming process. Just in man hours alone, if you pay a reasonable living salary, just QC alone is a significant cost for the boards. Thank you very much, Jasha, for the 500 QC bits. Thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate those. Love the environmental mindfulness, Jay. Pleased to see it anytime it's brought up. Yeah, so we're fully carbon offset, 100% carbon neutral as a company. We use recycled paper for bubble wrap. We don't have plastic bubble wrap. We use recycled paper for stuffing packages up as well. All of our boxes are made from recycled paper. The business cards that we're transitioning to are made from our actual own waste. So the boxes that we throw away that are being used to ship to us, that's all recycled and turned into paper. And we buy that paper back and then make business cards out of it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We've even got the Tesla or the electric car plugged in as well. Mel is wearing a DX t-shirt. She is, yeah. There you go. Kodos, thank you very much for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Do you discard packaging paper on boards? Yeah, the manufacturer's packaging paper is recycled. That's all 100% recycled. We have a special box here that's full of it. It all goes to the recyclers, and that will become our business card paper.
Are we able to ask the question in regards to where's our furthest board travelling, J-01 wise?
I don't know the answer to that directly, but I do know we're shipping to over 100 different countries. So that tells you just how far around the world they're going. I think the furthest one is probably China because it's literally half the world away. Those are the furthest one. We have a few going to Australia. We did have one going to Iceland. Where else? Lots in America, lots in Europe, South America, Africa, you name it. We're shipping pretty much everywhere. I think we're shipping to every continent apart from Antarctica. So yeah. Our own waste, might want to think about that. Our own cardboard and packaging waste then, let's put it that way. Fiber's fiber. Yes, Chris, it is, I guess. Simplistic, thank you very much for the subscription, man. Thank you, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Antarctica needs to get a move on then. So I do know that there is an original Hyper 7 in Antarctica. There was a research developer who took one over there, and sadly the PCB stopped working when he got it to Antarctica. Don't know why. I do have a replacement one I'm going to send to him. But yeah, I do know there was one at an Antarctic research station. Don't know what it was used for, but yeah. How many from Canada? I don't have accurate numbers, but there's quite a few going to Canada. There's quite a few. Like, at least in the double figures. Yay, Aussies. Lots going to Australia, actually. There's quite a few going to Australia. Again, I don't have specific numbers, but there's quite a few going there. Okay, so before we pack the next one, while Mel's packing it up, it's probably a good time to talk about the gasket situation. So do we have any gaskets on hand? You grab one of the original J-01 ones and some of the J-02 ones as well. There's some J-01 ones around on the far side, yeah. So I was going to grab some gaskets. I'll talk you through the process and what's changing on those in a second. Maybe needs a solder reflowing. I don't know. We don't know what's up with it. We're going to send another one out. This is from the original group buy back in like 2018, and it's only just stopped working. So, like, it stopped working at the start of this year. So, close to 500 boards. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's talk about gaskets. The original gaskets we were going to use were very much like this. They are made from nitrile rubber, and these were. Thank you, Ryan Mack, for giving the sub. Thank you very much for the free sub. Thank you so much. That's gone to Alex, and it started the train as well. So thank you very much for that. So these were the gaskets we're going to use. 3 layers of these that basically seal into the keyboard, made from nitrile rubber, about 1.5 millimeters thick, and then in 3 layers. These are self-adhesive on the rear, and they're just stamped from sheets of nitrile rubber. These were all sent to the manufacturer to pack with the boards. Unfortunately, they have disappeared. The manufacturer received them because they had something else in the box that is with us, the screws and everything else, but they don't know what's happened to the original gaskets. They're trying to find them at the moment. So in the meantime, we'd already decided that for future rounds of the J-01, we were going to change the gasket material over to something that we're going to do for the J-02. So for the J-02, we've already had these prototypes made, and these are injection molded silicone. You can see that it's got 2 different layers to it. So there's this is all one piece though. So what would have been 2 layers originally is now a 1-piece layer, piece of silicone, and this is what we're going to move to for the J-01s. Now, it's really sad that the original gaskets have been lost, but it does mean that everyone gets a free upgrade because you get upgraded to the silicone rubber, and these will be a 2-piece gasket system that doesn't need adhering in, and it's injection molded, so these fit perfectly every time. You can't stretch them, you can't break them very easily. They're really, really good and really high quality. We were going to give people the choice to have either their board shipped out immediately if we could find the original gaskets, but the manufacturer hasn't been able to do so. The gaskets that are replacing them, we have ordered. They're all ordered and paid for. They're in production right now, but they are going to take a couple of weeks to arrive here at the workshop. So the plan is for Mel and I to slip these into the boxes as soon as they arrive, and then we'll ship out from there starting at day 1. But unfortunately, it is going to mean a couple more weeks of delay until they're produced. The manufacturer of the new gaskets has confirmed that they should be shipped to me by the 7th of September, and they will be overnighted and got here as fast as possible. So we're going to use DHL and get them here as quick as possible. So the day that they're finished manufacturing, they will be here at the day or the day after that as quick as possible, and then we'll get the rest of the boards out. So, do you consider this new gasket an improvement from the 2-piece one? Yeah, this gasket is a significant improvement. So both from a build perspective, a feel perspective, and a sound perspective, this is a significant improvement. It makes the build process significantly easier. You don't have to adhere gaskets into the case. You can just pop them in place, pop the plate on top, and then they just pressure fit into place. They're much, much better, and they're much more flexible for that. They are slightly softer, so they do have a little bit more give. Because they're 1-piece, they're effectively a little bit thicker, so they have more give to them, rather than having 3 individual layers. So there is a little bit more softness to the typing feel, and it does add a tiny bit of more of mutedness to the typing sound as well. But unless you have them side by side, you're never going to be able to notice that. So that's where we are with gaskets. They are much, much nicer. These are 50A durometer, so these are quite soft, and this is the same gasket material we're going to do with the J-02s going forwards as well. So they will be this colour, and they will look exactly like this, apart from they'll be the size of the J-01s, so they'll be more like this shape, and they're in production right now, and they'll be out as soon as we can get them. So the day we get them in, we'll start packing the orders and we'll ship them out. All labels are printed, boxes are ready to go. You can see the stack of boxes at the end. Those stacks of boxes are what we're going to fold up and what the J-01s are going to go in. So we are ready to ship as soon as those arrive. So it is going to mean a little delay once we finish QC until those go out, but we'll get them out as soon as possible. Any updates on the J-04? Soon. We want to prototype it at the end of this year. That's basically where we're at. How much is a bribe for a Cloudline? Do we take bribes for Cloudline? No bribes for Cloudline. The boss has told me. My J-02 has already got to step it up with the new gasket. So the new gaskets will be for sale on the website. They will fit historically any older J-02s as well. So these will fit any historic J-02 bought or sold, and they will be for sale on the website. They're not cheap. They are significantly more expensive than the die-cut gaskets, but they are injection molded and they are a better product, and you don't have to worry about sticking them in as well. So these are going to start being rolled out with any commissioned J-02s, which started with the EVA ones, as well as the Blackout Edition J-02, which is going to run next month, I think, and any future commissions as well. And any other runs of the board we do, these will be the gaskets that go with them. Just joined, do you think QC will be completed before the new gaskets arrive? Yes, QC will be completed by Tuesday next week. That's the plan. We've only got the black boards left to go, which is about half of the orders. We'll finish the QC by Tuesday next week. And then all we'll need to do is just slip the gaskets into the plastic pouches that the orders go in, along with bump-ons and a couple of other bits, the mini 3D printed J-01s. Then they'll be put in a box and then they'll go straight out. Will address changes still be on hold, or will those get handled while waiting for the gaskets? Address changes will get sorted out between the end of QC and the gaskets arriving. That's the plan. There's about a day and a half's worth of work there to just sort through all those, so we'll get those sorted as well. There will be J-01 extras. Yes, there will be lots of extras. There should be a significant number of boards extra. Can previous J-02 buyers buy this new gasket? Yes, I'll have these in stock after the J-01 extras go live. These will be in stock at the same time as the Blackout J-02s go live. So you'll be able to buy them on their own individually, and they'll be live on the store. So there we go. While it goes brr, yeah, right? I don't know how much these are going to be priced at. They are going to be semi-expensive because they are injection molded and they're a two-piece system rather than a three-piece. So these have like, it's hard to show you on camera, but these have like a tiered step in them because they are fully injection molded. So you can kind of see it there, but they are a significantly better product. So yeah, so we will have these for sale as well. Okay, so the aim now is to get all of the J-01s out. I've actually contacted DHL today and asked them if, because normally I have a 60 or 70 kilogram per day limit, which meant that we were going to ship them out in batches. As we can't do that because we're waiting for the gaskets, I've actually emailed DHL today to see if we can arrange one big pickup for all of the boards once they're all ready and just ship everything out in one day. So hopefully that will happen. Hopefully that will happen. They should confirm back soon. Loving the stream so far. Thank you for doing this, guys. Well, thank Mel for coming on stream. It's nice that she's on stream, right? It's not just me. You got something nice to look at and then me to talk to you. Sam says, I'm sorry, I'm sick. I'm sorry, Sam. I hope you feel better soon. Most popular stream in the category. Well done. Thanks. I'm going to attribute that to Mel being here. Thank you, Mel. There you go. You're getting thanks now.
I've paid them. Paid them substantially.
You've paid them, right? Okay.
To say as such.
Okay.
Thanks, boys.
How likely do you think that'll be, bulk shipping? 50-50. As soon as I know, I will announce it. So everything we've talked about today, there'll be an announcement going out via email to any J-01 buyer. We'll also announce it on the Discord server as well. And we'll include that information as soon as I hear back from DHL. So the announcement might be today, it might be Monday, depends on when DHL get back to me. Jay is better looking than Mel. Oh well. Oh well. I mean, Mel's in a relationship and I'm married, so it's not going to change anything. But yeah, I don't look better than Mel. Everyone is busy slacking off work apart from JML. Yeah, we've been here all week. Like Mel started at 7 a.m. on Monday morning. She came in at 7 a.m. on Monday morning.
I left home at 5:30 in the morning.
She left home at 5:30 on a Monday morning to come to work. So it's been good. It's been good. Any 75% J series in the future? No plans for one, no. The J-03 is more of an 1800 CP style layout, so we're going to look at that next. And then the J-04 is a 40%. You think you're being unproductive? We're watching this at work. That's fair, that's fair. Mel is go, yeah, she is. She is. I'd be dead in the water without Mel at the minute. If I had to do this on my own, it'd be the end of September before I shipped any out. So yeah, just doing the whole process one by one, going down the production line. one-person job, it's not going to work very well.
And your back's still a little bit questionable as well. And to be fair, those keyboards add up over time in terms of weight. It's either one at a time, which is an awful lot of steps and an awful lot of back and forth, or it's, we were joking yesterday, squatting 10 keyboards high.
Mel has perfect form when she picks up stacks of keyboards, because you can't see this, but they're all on the floor. Well, you can kind of see they're all on the floor here where we've QC'd them, but just to the side, they're out of shot. They're all stacked up on shelves, but they're at ground level. So Mel does this whole perfect form squatting action when she's picking like 10 up at a time.
They're heavy. They add up over time.
They're chunky, right? They're chunky, yeah. JTKL. If we do a TKL, it will be an F-rollless TKL. I don't think we'll do a standard size TKL with the F numbers at the top. We'll do an F-rollless TKL if we do one. In the J series, we are looking at doing something called the BB TKL, which is a standard TKL. Waiting for prototypes of that right now.
I like this chat. Mel 01, M01. We are currently, I don't know, we're considering a sneaky little design of something, aren't we, together?
Yep, we are. We inquired about something yesterday.
Something?
Yeah, something keyboard related, keyboard adjacent, I think is the best way to put it, right? Have I announced what the BB stands for? Nope. And no one's guessed it right either. If someone guesses it right, I'll let you know, but no one's guessed it yet. Some Mel products. Are we going to do some Mel products?
I'll have to engage my brain, I think, to... I'd like to think the one we thought of was, you just vocalised what I was about to vocalise the other day. So it's a joint effort, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Fueled by...
Fueled by stress.
No, fueled by QC. Yeah, maybe slightly.
Yeah, so we might have some Mel products coming soon. You're in the half says he'll buy a Mellow one. You've got the original Mel, so you're lucky. There you go. You've got the original Mel. You've got the original, the OG. You've got the Mel OG. Big brain TKL, no. Ball bearing TKL, no. Big buttons, no. Mellow one.
Mellow, I like that.
That's clever.
I like that.
That's clever.
As to whether I'm mellow, maybe not so much.
You're mellow about 10 minutes after you've had your first coffee in the morning.
Yeah. And then it's gone.
Until you do some QC.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so no one's guessed what BB stands for, but if you do guess, we'll go with that. It's probably time for us to close down the stream so we can crack on and get through QC at a reasonable pace, because we've been streaming for about an hour now. If you've got any final questions, let us know now and we'll try and answer them in the next few minutes. But just to recap, QC is going well. All colours are being QC'd apart from the black keyboards, which is we're doing today. So we're going to do black with a logo and black with no logo today. That's the 8 key and the 10 key macro pad respectively. The gasket situation is that all the keyboards are on hold until the new gaskets arrive. The manufacturers have lost the original three-layer tiered gaskets, which were made of nitrile rubber. We're having custom silicone injection molded ones made. They're in production right now. They should be here early September. As soon as they arrive, all the QC will be done. All of the all of the on hold orders will be ready by that point as well. So we'll have gone through all of the address changes and everything else. And the aim is to plan to ship all in one big bulk shipment in early September as soon as we can. The first date we can ship them, we will. Macro pad ever on the table? Maybe. Not discounting doing that, maybe. We might do one at some point. And just to recap, the QC process is we basically have a conveyor belt. All of the different items get added to the keyboard case per order coming down here. So whether that's PCBs, plates, pen rails, everyone gets a free keycap, a GMK keycap with the PT logo on, a few other bits and pieces. And then we do quality control checks here, repackaging, and then get ready for shipment up here as well. And you can see at the back here, these are the stacks that are waist high of all of the orders that we've got packed ready to go. They just need dropping in boxes, the new gaskets putting in, and off they go. So there we go. You'd love a macro pad from PT. We'll have a look at doing one. We have talked, James and I have talked about doing one, so we might do that at some point. There is a couple of products coming soon that will have numpads with them, so that might satisfy your needs. We'll see how that goes. US West Coast, but you love supporting PT. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you.
It'll be early on there.
One day I will buy a keyboard from Prototypist. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Jaysha said, thanks for the stream, JML, perfect morning coffee accompaniment. Well, thank you very much for being here, guys, and thank you again for the bits earlier on, Jaysha. They're thoroughly appreciated. We'll treat ourselves to a coffee with those. Thank you very much. Right, well, that's it for the stream. Thank you so much, guys. We're not going to raid anyone from here. We're just going to close the stream down. If you have got any questions, reach out on the Discord. Both Mel and I are on there now, so we can answer any of your questions. You can tag either as if you need an update on something. Check the Notion pages for the latest position. Early next week, a J-01 announcement will go out once I've heard back from DHL. And yeah, we'll be back on Sunday with a build stream, I think. Not sure what I'm building yet. Maybe a matrix board. We'll see. Will there be more rounds for the J-01? Yes, we are talking about that, but there'll be extras first. Your other half's done no work of his own while watching the stream, so thanks to Mel for being the breadwinner for today. There you go. Right, that's it. Thanks very much for the stream, guys. We'll see you again soon, and thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.
See you later, guys.